It's a new week, it's a new month, but it's also new comic book day. So, guys, I gotta ask. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And of course, today you are checking out the video for new comic book day selections for March 6th. So let's get straight into it. We're going to kick it off with the open order books. And first book up for grab is none other than Weapon X-Men #1. That's right. So this book here has the first appearance of Jane Howlett. Now, if you're wondering what that is, who is this character? Well, Jane Howlett is basically a female version of Wolverine. That's right. You know James Howlett? Well, Jane Howlett. There you go. But yes, definitely a great read. There's some nice covers available. I specifically love cover A for this one. And of course, the John Boy. But we'll talk a little bit more about the John Boy in just a bit. The next book on the list is Void Rivals issue #7. Now look at this awesome cover, right? Awesome looking character on it too, and in fact this is the first cover appearance and first appearance of the character Proximus. I think the design is awesome on this character, very neat looking, and this particular issue slightly touches on the origin story of it. So if you're big on Void Rivals like myself, I think this is a character and a book that you would want to read about and definitely pick up this week. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be a book that's going to explode immediately, right? If you're in this for the long haul, I think this character's got some potential. All right, let's dive right into the big one of the week, and that's Ultimate X-Men #1. Yep, the Peach Momoko cover, and of course, there's many other covers available for this one. But guys, if you're hoping to see Maystorm, that's right, the famous Maystorm, within this particular issue, you might be disappointed. Yeah, there is no Maystorm in this, but armor is in here, and of course, a lot of other things take place within this issue. Now, it goes without saying that the Ultimate Universe right now is the hot thing going for Marvel. And I gotta tell you, story wise, it looks like this is gonna be promising as well. So, Ultimate X-Men 1, absolutely worthy of a pickup, highly recommended. Another fun book that's making its way this week is TMNT Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution #1. Now, if you're new to Last Ronin, I highly recommend you guys go and pick up the original run. It was a 5-issue miniseries and it introduced these new turtles that we're going to see within this book. Now, as it says here, first issue of a new series featuring the new TMNTs. Like I said, if you're wondering who those guys are, definitely go check out the original run of The Last Ronin. Last Ronin's been a hit since it's dropped. It's created a buzz amongst collectors, and to the point where there's rumors we're going to be getting a video game. Giant Size Spider-Gwen #1. Yes, there is a first appearance here, and it is none other than Orlando Octavius. Yeah, not Otto. But if you're wondering who Orlando Octavius is, he's actually the stepson of Otto. So, what's pretty interesting about this character, I know you're thinking, okay, here's another fun random character we're getting within the Spider Universe and Spider-Verse and whatever it may be. But I think what's neat about this is that Spider-Gwen up until now hasn't really had many big villains come out of her own universe, and now this character from Earth 65 is making his way in her universe. So, will this be a new big villain in the world of Spider-Gwen? We shall see, but it is looking promising. Doctor Strange, issue 13. Now, guys, before we even start talking about what's happening inside this book, can we take a moment to appreciate what's happening on the cover of this book? Because, yeah, man, Alex Ross always doing his thing, crushing it. But what happens in this book? Well, we're getting the introduction of a new Secret Defenders team, and I will say, I'm not one to speculate on, first team up appearances and whatnot, but the lineup of this team is actually pretty cool. Now, I won't spoil it for you guys, so if you're interested, I recommend you pick it up. Captain America issue 7. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been having a bit of a hard time with this read. Captain America has been okay so far, but this particular issue is giving us the first appearance of Lila. Now, I would say Lila within this book is pretty much of a minor character, all depending on how they're going to write her up in the future, but a minor key for now. Batman 145. Guys, the Batman run picked up steam, right? Batman 142, everybody was hopping on board. The Joker year one. Now, I know a lot of people felt like it came from out of left field, but I will tell you this that Chip Zdarsky, he knows what he's doing. Batman issue 145, things are starting to make sense here. And I'm talking all the fun stuff, you know, especially when it comes to failsafe. I'm excited to see where this is going, but highly recommend it. If you're not already on Batman, guys, get on it. And the last open order book that I want to speak to you guys about for this week is The Last Mermaid #1. Now, this cover here is the only cover available for this book, and what this story is about, well, it's a lone mermaid roaming an endless wasteland on a quest beyond reason. Guys, I just want to put it out there. I had the opportunity to see this book. Now, the interior art is insane. It looks like a movie. So I don't know. This book seems a little bit promising. I imagine not many shops ordering many copies either. So I think this one may have flown under the radar. We'll see, but I strongly recommend if you see this in the wild, maybe give it a shot, man. Look at the pages, flip open the book. Let me know what you guys think, but I think this one's pretty interesting. All right, guys, it's time we talk about the later printings that are available this week. And I think there's two good ones that are definitely worthy of grabbing, with the first one being Batman issue 142. This is the second print. Now, first and foremost, I just want to shout out Giuseppe Camuncoli because the cover on the first print with the foil was absolutely gorgeous, but even the second printing without the foil looks absolutely amazing. Now, if you didn't have the opportunity to read the Joker Year 1 story, this is part one of that, so you have the opportunity right now to hop on board, and this is a great jumping on point. So I highly recommend picking this one up. And of course, the second book this week is none other than Ultimate Spider-Man #1. This is the third printing, and of course, I think it goes without saying, everybody's loving Ultimate Spider-Man. If you aren't, comment below. I'm curious to know what's going on. But this cover right here is done by none other than Sarah Pichelli. Now, Pichelli has done later printings for some of those Ultimate characters before. That's right, Ultimate Fallout 4, if you guys recall. So I think it's neat to see her handling this particular cover. It's a neat cover. Not my favorite, I'll be honest with you, but if you didn't have the opportunity to pick up Ultimate Spider-Man 1 before, with the first print or the second print, this is your opportunity. We got a third chance, man. Maybe third time's the charm. All right, it's time to get into the cover selections this week. That's right, we're talking the fire covers that are coming out. And the first one on the list is TMNT Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution #1, the cover E, Dia de Muertos variant. I think it's absolutely cool. We've seen this done before, but I love it because it's Michelangelo, one of my favorite, and the cover is done by Jay Gonzo. I'm totally picking this up. Now we're talking fire covers, and I gotta say, there's also an artist who has been absolutely on fire, and that's Sozo Maika. That's right, not one but two beautiful covers dropping this week. First one being Birds of Prey issue 7 and Poison Ivy issue 20. And I don't care what anybody says, that Poison Ivy is a hands down favorite for me. Totally picking it up. Like I said, straight cover buys. Yes, take my money. Gotta keep that DC train rolling, and I'm bringing you guys Batman issue 145. This is the cover C. Now, this variant is done by Yasmin Putri, and I think it's just absolutely incredible. So neatly done. Probably the best Batman cover available this week. So, I'm grabbing it. And another fun cover that is available this week is none other than Aliens What If #1. This is the Scotty Young variant. Scotty Young always doing his thing, but guys, an Aliens What If? Yeah, sign me up. All right, guys, it's time we take it home with some of the incentive books that are available this week. And I'm going to kick it off, probably being biased over here, but I'm kicking it off with none other than Weapon X-Men #1, the 1 in 100 incentive done by John Boy Myers. Now, John Boy has this cover available also as a trade, so you could pick up this cover if you like it, not as a virgin, just as a trade for regular cover price. But the 1 in 100 is already seeing some coin on the secondary market. So Like I said, I'm a John Boy fan. I would love to pick this up, but I can't afford it at the 1 in 100 price. But if you can, man, this is going to look amazing in your collection. Another one here is Void Rivals issue 7, the 1 in 50 incentive. Now, we spoke Proximus a little earlier. Now, you have another cover here that is a 1 in 50 incentive of Proximus on it. So, like I said, if the character is going to hit, I think some people might want to be picking this one up. Now, it might hurt it a little bit that the character is also available on a regular cover on this issue, but I imagine not too many shops ordering over 50 copies of this issue. So we'll see how this one plays out, but I think it is absolutely a cool cover. Although personally, I kind of prefer the cover A. A book so hot this week, they give us not one but two 1 in 100 covers. That's right, we have two 1 in 100 incentives for Ultimate X-Men #1. We have one that's done by In-Hyuk Lee, that clearly features armor on the cover, and then we have another one that's available done by Mark Brooks, where you have Maystorm and armor on the cover. Both of them look incredible. If you have the opportunity to pick these up, kudos. Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the third printing, is also putting out an incentive. That's right, it's the 1 in 25 incentive of that cover A that we got for the first printing, done by Marco Cicchetto, but now in a Virgin. So this looks absolutely gorgeous. I loved the cover A. I'm definitely going to try to make my grab at a 1 in 25 of this one because I think as a Virgin, this cover looks incredible. Cicchetto, one of my favorites to draw Spider-Man in a long time. So yeah, I want this one. Aliens What If #1, the 1 in 50 incentive cover done by Granov. Now, yes, I am a big fan of Scotty Young. I like the Scotty Young one, but if you're a fan of Aliens, I think this is an absolutely gorgeous cover done by Granov. You can't think of the Ninja Turtles without thinking of Kevin Eastman. And of course, TMNT Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution #1 has a 1 in 100 incentive done by Kevin Eastman. And I think this cover is absolutely gorgeous. Eastman crushing it, as always. So yeah, if you can pick this one up, it's a beauty. Giant Size Spider-Gwen #1. This is the 1 in 25 incentive cover done by Betsy Cola. Now, look, it's not entirely my favorite cover, but we did speak a little bit about Orlando Octavius a little earlier, so if the character does hit, I imagine the 1 in 25 might pick up steam down the road, but who knows. So there you have it, guys. Those were the new comic book day selections for March 6th. Now, before heading on out, don't forget, hit the like button, comment below, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And of course, support Lefteros by visiting comicnation.us, where you can get your FOC orders in weekly. The prices are already discounted to 15% off of the cover price, but get yourself an additional 5% off by using discount code BLACKCROWN. That's right, go treat yourself. And of course, go visit coverprice.com, where you can see an even more extended list of Lefteros' picks every single week. Guys, have yourselves a happy new comic book day and happy hunting!